Good morning, my wonderful friends. Thank you for joining me again today. I'm going to work in this Nostalgic Noel journal. It is looking so good, so good. I'm hoping to get pretty much it taken care of today. There'll probably be a few things to do off camera, but I want to get it on its way because it has been spoken for, and I would like to get it off to the person who is going to be receiving it. So I'm going to just kind of like start here and then we'll see what we get done. I want to start, I made this in a video a few weeks ago now, and I want to put it in this journal, and I want to make, I think, a belly band. I was kind of debating right up until I put the video on whether I do a corner pocket or a belly band, and I think I want to do a belly band. It's just what I'm feeling. Either way would work. Like, it's not, doesn't have to be one or the other, but either one would work. But I just feel like a belly band. So let's start with a bit of paper. What would I like? I want to kind of like make sure everything works together. I have chosen to put it on this page. I was going through it last night thinking, where do I want to put it? And it took me ages to settle on where I wanted it. And I do apologise if you can hear the fly that's buzzing around. It's just so jolly annoying. I wonder about this one. It's very similar to this paper here, but just a slightly different colour. And imagine like we're only going to have a strip of it. I think so. Or maybe something more like this. I don't know. I'm making a whole meal out of this, aren't I? Actually, I quite like that one. Let's go that one. More backgroundy sort of pattern. If one can labour over a decision on what to do, that one is me. So let's make it, how wide a belly band do we want? Do we want 2 inches? 2 inches I think is probably okay. So I'm going to go 4. Chop it there. And we need it how wide? We need it about 5.5. Slightly narrower would be fine as well. So let's go. Now I need to chop the white off actually. I don't want the white in there. This bit's okay because it's going to be folded under. But the side, we don't want the side white bit. So let's go about there. Checking it on my page, and it's pretty good. So to make this stronger, it is just copy paper. I am going to fold it in half. As evenly as I can, which is what's taking me a moment just to line it up. Glue that together. I'm just going to glue it with tacky glue. Nice, quick, easy, mess-free. Pretty much mess-free. Apart from any little splurges onto my mat. Oh, wish that blowfly would fly off, buzz off. So annoying and horrible and gross. Go away. Especially when it comes flying around me. Okay. So that's going to be the front of our belly band. Give it some ink using aged mahogany. Gone a bit quiet. I've recording late today. It's, when I say late, it's like 11:45 in the morning. Normally I would have started recording at like 8 AM sort of thing. 8 excuse me, sort of somewhere between 8 and 9 I would normally set to record my first video. But I had to go to the doctor this morning, and I'm a little miffed about it. Just a little miffed. Okay, let's pop that there. I do want to decorate it first. So I think I'll envisage how it's going to look. So that's going to be in behind there. We can lift this up a bit more. Or we could actually have it so it sits over top of the belly band, which would be super cute. So in that case, something along here. Yeah, so I had to go and have blood tests to check my thyroid after a change in medication. I had that done last week, and it took a whole week for the results to come in. It must be the time of year. It's just, it is what it is, I guess. Do I want around something? And so I did that, and I got a phone while I was videoing yesterday. I had 2 missed calls and a message to call the medical centre. The results come in, and my levels are out of whack, my thyroid levels, and saying I needed to make an urgent appointment to see the doctor. So I was like, oh, a pain. I don't really want to have to take the time to do this, but I looked it up, and the levels that they said I have from the blood test weren't good, and I thought, well, I need to go get it seen to. So I went to have my doctor's visit, and $60, thank you very much, for an appointment that wasn't planned, that wasn't my fault, because they changed my medication and they put me on too much, and now I've got to pay $60 for them to reverse that. So I'm a bit miffed. If I'm a bit quiet and a bit sort of out of sorts, it's because I'm a bit miffed about that. And frustrated. It's like, oh, it's just dumb. It's dumb. But anyway, let's move on. I'm hunting for something to decorate the belly band with, and I must say I'm not paying it enough attention. Yeah, something like that might work, but maybe something other than holly, because there's like greenery foliage on that pattern. Don't think verticals. No, verticals not working. It's like I need something longer, I think, or I put like music behind, or book page, or something that will make it a bit longer. Perhaps take down a few of these peaky bits. No, it looks too messy to me. It's looking, yeah, I don't like it with, I mean, I like the piece, yeah, I definitely like the piece, but just in this partnership's not working for me. Yeah, so that's me. I'm just a bit of a grump today. Well, not really grumpy, I'm just frustrated. Help if the music wasn't upside down. Maybe I need to do more offset like that. That might work better. And then something down over here. Maybe, do I want 2 tickets? 2 tickets is a bit redundant really, isn't it? I'll find what I want. I will, I promise. Just bear with me while I work out what that is. This is a cute wee ticket with a gingerbread man on it. Gonna go with that. Yeah, so I suspected they would charge me for it. I thought it would be a small miracle if they didn't charge me for this appointment. And when I went to the receptionist, I asked, is there a charge? And she said she would look it up. So she looked it up and says, yes, there'll be, it's actually $59.50. So let's just say $60. Horrendous for an appointment that I didn't ask for, I didn't want, wasn't my fault. but still it's the medical expertise, it's the time, you know, I understand, I do. I'm just annoyed because I, for one, don't like going to the doctor. I hate it with a vengeance. I just hate it. It was actually a nice appointment. The doctor I saw, I've had him before and he's nice. I do like him. And, you know, we had a bit of a joke together and it was all very pleasant, but I still don't like going to the doctor. Years and years of bad experiences. So a few good experiences don't outweigh the negatives yet. Maybe one day they will. But not at the moment. So I hadn't seen him for probably a couple of years. I don't know whether he remembered me. I certainly remembered him. Because at one point he was the doctor I was going to every time for a few years. But yeah, it's just like, ugh. It's all just a big there. But he did tell me, he looked back at all my blood test results, not just the thyroid, but all of them. And he says, well, apart from the thyroid, all my clinical results tell me I'm an 18-year-old. It's like, yes, I'll take that. Thank you very much. I'll take that. My body, I mean, the exterior is a totally different story and the arthritis and blah, blah, blah. But chemically, my results are those of an 18-year-old. And my blood pressure, he took my blood pressure, which I always hate them doing because it just sends my blood pressure up, just them taking it. But he said it was textbook perfect. He says it couldn't get any better. And I was like, yes. So there were some positives. And I also, there's a syndrome that my mother has and it's genetic. And I want to know whether I have it because Mum's wasn't picked up until too late. And it's really damaged her eyes. And I would rather know whether I've got it earlier than later because I don't want to end up going blind because my eyes get so damaged through this particular syndrome. So he doesn't seem to think that I will have it given my symptoms. But Mum's didn't present symptoms until she was in her late 50s and I'm in my early 50s and I'm starting to have a few issues with my eyes. So I would rather find out categorically through the blood test. So I've also had a blood test today to check for this syndrome. As a creative person, a crafter, one of my worst nightmares would be if I went blind. I mean, it would be an adaptation. I would find some way to do something, but I don't want to have to. And the other would be my hands. If I lost the use of my hands, that would be the other nightmare. Like, it just would not be fun. So we're going to pop that over there, and we're just going to let that wee belly band sit, the belly band of the paper, concertina paper writing spot, sit over top of this belly band. Cute. We've done it. A lot of yibba yabba. It is actually a bit loose in there. I might put like a journal card or something in the back, but we'll leave that for now. Let's have a wee go through from the front because I know I've got pockets and things that need things inside of them. Also thinking I should put something on this bit of wax paper. But we'll deal with what we've already got in here that needs something. So that's full. This needs its wee envelope flip from the kit. Did I even say that I'm using Nostalgic Noel? I don't think I did. From RachandBella Crafts. My apologies. I'm just a bit, I don't know, a bit unusual today, you know, because I've had to go out and had all these things and yeah, it is what it is. It's just, this is a little piece from a kit. The kit folds up into 3. I think it's a bit small for that envelope. Do we want a journal card in there? Thinking, do I want, oh, that's the same pattern. So no, I don't want to use that paper. Let's use a bit of this lovely collage piece. Or do I like this. That's quite cool. How big do I need it? Let's measure the envelope. So we need just shy of 5 inches, I think, would work for that. And we need it that way 3. So 5 by 3-ish. Very heavy on the ish. So I want this group of presents here. So I'm going to cut it. Actually, first I'm going to cut the top because that went through the printer funny and it's got a weird bit on the top where it printed on the back instead of the front. So we'll cut that off. We want it preferably 5 this way. So we want it 3 in height, just so it's the right orientation inside the envelope. Oh, that's going to cut off our presents that I wanted. I wonder if this will work. Okay, I'll chop it there and then see if we can get our 3 inches this way. We're going to lose the very top of the bow. I think that's okay. I could shave a little tad more off there. No, let's do it that way. So we've just lost just the tips of the bows. That's okay. Right. And now we want just a smidge short of 5 inches. So we'll go about there. So scraps, making Scrap City today. Okay, just going to do a test to make sure it fits because I want to back it with something. Yep, that's good. Right, paper, bit of coffee dyed paper. Good chance to use up a scrap. We'll go there. So how are you today, my friends? This is my last video I'm recording for this week. All the other videos are done, which is really, really good because I'm out all day tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, which is the day that you'll see this video. And then Friday is my little surgery. So I'm glad that I'm now on to the last video for the week. I've got the week covered. Next week, however, is in somewhat sad state of disrepair. I think at this point I've got 2 videos done for next week. Not very good. So it remains to be seen whether I get any more done or not. And I'm kind of just letting that go. It's like if I get some done or 1 more done or whatever, great. If I don't, it's just, that's what it is. Oh, I must tell you this too. This relates to my whole doctor visit this morning. If you've been watching my videos, you'll have heard me talk about how tired I've been and how I haven't been sleeping well. And it's just been awful and just tired after tired after tired, sleepless night after sleepless night after sleepless night, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, as it so happens, the level of medication I'm on, that they put me on from my last appointment, that's one of the side effects, is that it makes your mind busy at night and it makes you have joint pain at night so that you don't sleep very well. And I was like, hello. So 1, you put me on a too high level of medication that's then caused me to be extremely tired and not sleeping well and have extra pain at night that I had actually not been having for before that, because I was enjoying, like, oh, I don't feel pain anymore at night. And it's like I've been having pain again and restless legs and stuff, which I hadn't been having since my surgery. And it's like, it's all because they put me on the wrong level of medication. I'm like, you've got to be joking. And then they want to charge me to fix it. It's like, there's something really ironic, but worse than ironic, like cruel about that whole thing, that whole scenario. It's like, is it any wonder I do not like going to the doctors? Like, really, seriously. Anyway, enough of my grumbles. I'm laughing about it because it's one of those things, you laugh or you cry. It's like this whole situation could have been avoided if they hadn't put me on medication that was too high. So what they did, I was already on medication and they increased the dose. And they didn't increase it on a whim. They increased it because the blood test previous to that showed I was a little bit low, so that I needed a higher dose. But I think they should have retested before they put it up, just to see whether it was an aberration, you know, a one that wasn't kind of true. Because I suspect that might have been the case, that it was just for some reason, a weird read that, I don't know if that could happen, or the lab made a mistake, or, you know, I think perhaps they should have double checked. Because for the last 4 months, it would be 4 months, I think, since they put it up, I've been suffering symptoms needlessly of too high a medication. And high, that's actually put my levels at a dangerous level, my thyroid levels. Actually, I need to do the back as well. It's actually put it to a level where it can be life-threatening. Fortunately, I haven't experienced that dramatic of symptoms in terms of things like heart. And he says the level I'm on, it said, and the results of my blood said it could have damaged my heart. So he checked my heart and he says, no, it all sounds good. But yeah, like freaky stuff. And the downside to not being able to get to see the same doctor. Like most of the time I can only actually get to see a nurse. I can't see a doctor at all. So it is a problem. Right, do I want to add anything to that? I actually really like it just as it is. I don't think I want to add anything. I think it's absolutely fine, exactly the way it is. So we're going to go with that. It's got words on it. It's got a focal image. It's got a collage background. I'm going to call that done. Okay, so we've filled that pocket. Don't let me go over time, my friends, because that is entirely possible as I just whinge about my medical history. Ugh, boring. I know it's boring. I shouldn't bore you with it. Oh, what about a lovely Christmas tree under? These are the tags from the kit. And I thought that would look nice under there. So let's back that with a bit of paper. Oh, I've got a bit of paint on that side. Let's go that side. This is just packing paper. Not just packing paper. Packing paper is wonderful to use. And I get it free, bits and pieces. Not regularly. It just depends on what comes in to hubby's work. Because I don't take from what they use to send parcels out, because that's cost the business. But what comes in that ends up in the rubbish bin or recycling, I will happily rescue. I will. Sometimes, depending who the staff member is that finds it, sometimes they'll keep it aside for me because they remember. But other staff members don't really get it and they don't think about it, which is fair enough. Like, you know, they're busy doing their job. So sometimes I have to rescue it. And then, of course, I'm only there 1 day a week. So there's a whole 4 other days when things get binned that I don't know about. And that's a crying shame, but probably a good thing for my house that I don't, because otherwise it might be a little ridiculous. I think my hubby would start complaining. He's very good. He often brings me home things, but if I had access to everything that they threw out in the course of a week, I think we would be living on the back lawn and our house would be full of stuff. So probably a good thing I don't see everything. There might be room inside the house for the craft supplies and the cats. Oh yeah. Over the holiday I want to try and get a handle on the mess that is my home. There is room for everything. It's just not organised or put away properly. Like it's just like in a random bag stacked on other random bags instead of like organised into boxes and things that are labelled and stacked so one can actually see what they have and read and access. So when you can't access it, things just pile up on top of things and make it worse. And it's a problem of my own making. And I know we've got room for everything if it was just actually properly dealt with, and some excess furniture that we have was got rid of. Furniture that we don't need, we don't use, and is stopping me accessing certain places in my studio, and also is in the way, so I can't, like, that's space I could stack up some of my materials organised, and I can't because this furniture's in the way and it's too big and heavy for me to move by myself. I often go in there, stand and like, right, I'm going to sort something, and then I go, I can't. I actually physically cannot. And hubby's busy and he gets tired, so over our holiday, once we're back from our holiday away, hopefully we can kind of work together to even at least get rid of the excess furniture that would then allow me room to move and shift things backwards and forwards. So that's kind of my hope. Will it happen? I suspect not, because in amongst that 3 weeks off, there's Christmas, and we effectively have 2 Christmas days, one with my side of the family, one with my hubby's side of the family. And then there's New Year, and hubby wants to take a couple of day trips in the 2 weeks that we're home. So he's got a couple of places he's said he wants us to take trips to. One's Kaikoura for a day trip, and the other place he wants to go is he wants to check out the book barn in Chertsey. So Mari, maybe we can tee up a little meet-up if you can make it to Chertsey, and we actually do get to Chertsey. Maybe we can tee up and actually meet in person. I love meeting my subscribers and my friends. Right, do I want to add anything to this? I'm thinking maybe a word. These words are freebies from RachandBella Crafts, available on their Ko-fi. I don't want Let It Snow because it's not winter here in New Zealand at Christmas. It is summer. Same with Winter Wonderland. We have, what about Silver Bells? This kind of speaks to, I don't know if there's any bells, but it kind of speaks to me of silver bells because of the colours. It just conjures up pretty images in my head. The silver bells. Yes, very keen to get this journal done and on its way. I don't know whether it will happen before Christmas, in all honesty, because I'm out at the food bank this afternoon, so I've literally got an hour want it down the bottom. Actually, do I want to put two words, like, or two phrases, one at the top and one at the bottom? Would that be a bit silly? I don't know. We don't know. Shall we have a look? It's a possibility. I want to try and centre that. Needs to go over a little bit. Out there I think is fine. Let's get rid of this little snippety bits. So is there something that would go with silver bells? Could put deck the hall, and kind of deck the hall with, in inverted commas, silver bells, not inverted commas, but square brackets to, it's like it's not there, but you can assume that's what it says. Merry and bright. I like merry and bright. Let's go merry and bright. And we'll try it and see whether we like lots of words on the tag. It's not something I've done before, I don't think. And it's like, oh, why not for a change? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's ink it up first, because I inked the other one. This one's a bit paler, so it'll be noticeable if I don't do it. Got to do the closure for this journal too. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing yet. That will definitely be off camera because I have no plans right now. Oh, the fly's back. Oh, who let the fly back? Was it you, Puss? Did you let the fly back in? No, not a good idea to jump on my desk right now, Puss. It's not going to happen. Please, no. Okay, I'm thinking about a little something here, and we've got those circle elements, although I need to print them off smaller because I'm finding they're a little large for most things I want to actually use them for. Although we could actually have it dangle down. But no, I don't want to muck around with trying to glue it. If I hadn't already glued this on, I would do it because I could turn it over and glue where I needed. Maybe a fussy cut, a little something, just to give it a little personality. The snow globe, bit tall. Got a Santa. Oh, he's a happy fellow, isn't he? Baubles a bit tall. Present. I do like the Santa, but just want to try the options. Here's a little one of the bauble. I like the way it mimics the curve, so I'm going to go with that. Go away, fly. It's buzzing around behind me and in front of me, and it's just like, it's not even that warm inside. Like, I'm wearing my hoodie. It should go outside where it's warm. It's very much warmer outside than it is inside, which at this time of year is a good thing. You know, all through winter I complained it was so cold, when now it's cool inside, and I'm like, I'm so glad it's cool inside because it's hot outside and windy. It's another windy day, but not super windy like it was the other day, but it is windy. All right, let's try and put it up right. How about we do that? Here we go. And I'm just going to take a black pen, maybe gold. I don't want it to be like in your face, there's a black pen line. Let's do a little gold string that the bauble is hanging from. So it's a bit more subtle. You think gold more subtle than black? In this case, yes. Just so it's not like hanging in midair, it's actually dangling in midair. Okay, so that's done. I just don't want to flip the page until that gel pen dries. Right. Give it a wee blow. Is it dry yet? No, it wasn't. Almost. Okay, I think we're good to go. I've taken the excess off with my finger, so. Right, next thing, how are we going on time? We're okay. Right, so I have this pocket with a tag in it, and I've got a selection of tags in the bottom. They all need backing, so I can do that off camera because I've already chosen out what I want to put there. But how about we add something to the front of this pocket to decorate it up a little bit, because I think it really needs something. Too big. Too big. Sorry, I'm probably off camera looking through this. Try and bring it across a little bit more. Slightly too big. Ah, fingers and thumbs. Will they fit? No, they're too tall. About the teeny weeny version of them. They fit. Okay, I'm going to use them. I think I want something in behind them. Do I want patterned paper? Because we've got book page already. Let's look at what I've got in my scraps that might work. Looking for something a bit darker maybe. Like this. Will they still show up? Bit doubtful. They might be a bit blendy. But I want to try it. We might be better off with a lighter paper. And I've made it too deep. That's all right. We'll just have another scrap. I think it'll be okay, actually. So now I'm going to give it a fun edge there. More fun scraps. And maybe give this a bit more of a shape, not so straight. Even though it was torn with a ruler. Just want it a bit more organic. Do I want them in the middle? Actually, I'm thinking I want that even shorter. Sorry, I'm right at the top of the screen. Fiddling around. Yeah, yep, let's do that. Just now I am deliberately gluing off camera. Because nothing exciting to see in me putting glue on a bit of paper. Puss, do you want to catch the fly, please? That would be really nice if you want to catch the fly for me. Right, I think in this case I want them to pop out a little bit with the border around them, so I'm not going to ink this. Otherwise they are going to blend in a bit more than what they would if I just leave the white border showing. Getting into all the tips of the toes of their boots and the points of their hats. Group of cuties. Sweet little girls. There. That. I will back those tags off camera. Don't need to do that now, as long as I don't forget. Okay, we've got that paper bag filled. Do we want to add any? We've got lace on there. I think I'm happy with it for writing space. We need to put something in this pocket. It's an envelope. Thinking, do I want to use this background? So this envelope page here is one I made in a video as well. If you haven't seen that, that's in my playlists. I think I need to start up a Christmas playlist, because I've got a few videos now related to Christmas, and I imagine I'll have more in the future. See, I'm creating all sorts of fun scraps, which is awesome. Yep, that's a good size there. So let's back that on a bit of paper. So I'm doing a lot of backing, not terribly exciting, is it? Just looking for a big enough piece to put on. Might have to go for a fresh piece, maybe. So this is beautiful coffee dyed paper from my lovely friend Laurel, sent me as part of my Christmas present, and it is just stunning. And it's different to what I do, so I find it a lot of fun as well. It's got a different texture to the paper, it's got a different depth of colour, and it's just like so good getting things that somebody else has made. It's just inspiring and fun, and makes you think of that person every time you handle it or look at it. Don't you find that? I think that's the real beauty of Happy Mail, is that it reminds you of the person who sent it, and not just on that day, but for a good while afterwards. It takes a while to forget who sent what, but I don't think I have anyone else's coffee dyed paper, so I don't think I'll forget in a hurry that Laurel sent me this paper that she had done, because no one, yeah, I haven't purchased anyone else's, and I don't think anyone else has sent me their coffee dyed paper, so I should remember for a good while to come, until I've used it all, and I'll probably hoard some of it. Now that's interesting, that is not straight, so I will cut it with my guillotine and straighten everything up, because I suspect when I tore it I didn't tear this straight, so we'll fix that. We've got one edge, this edge, that's okay. Not perfectly straight, but it's okay. So using that straight edge, we're going to straighten up, well, straight enough. That edge I'm going to call good in terms of straightness, and we're going to use that as our measure it to then make everything else comply. Whoops, no, that's not going to work. I need to chop it and then straighten it because it doesn't fit in my guillotine. Now we can perhaps do this side. Yeah, that is so wonky. It's hilarious. Didn't do a good job. Okay, so I have lost a little bit of dimension off my piece, but it'll be fine. Give it some rounded corners. I like the positive action. When you push your punch, whatever punch it is, and it just, you hear that, you know it's worked properly. And you know when it hasn't worked properly because you don't get such a positive action. You get a bit of a resistance, you get little bits that don't cut properly, or worst case scenario, that don't cut at all. Right, let's whip around this with the ink and find a focal image for it. Oh, I'm busy sitting here not talking. I was thinking back over my doctor's visit and having to pay for it and thinking, can I argue? It's like, I don't think so. I mean, at the end of the day, it is the doctor's time, their expertise, such as it is. And he did other checks. He also did you know, some general health, made sure other things were okay, made a few suggestions. So, yeah. I just have to suck it up, don't I? And get hubby to pay the bill. It's a beautiful house. Oh, I love that, actually. But I want something in behind it. But something narrow like this. Actually, that side might look better. I think that, whoops, make it slightly too long, and then I'll trim off the excess, just to find it easier to position it. If I make it slightly bigger, here's my glue stick, I don't have to worry about lining it up with the edges so much, as long as I get it straight, or straight enough. There we go. I didn't have to fuss around with trying to make it line up with both edges. I find it quicker. Depends how you work, what you prefer, but I find that quicker for me. So I want to put that there, and I think I'll put a word across the bottom. And I do want to ink around this. So I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow. I would not normally be spending all day out in Rangiora on a Thursday. I'd normally be at the food bank. But this week, it's Secret Santa at hubby's work. And I wrapped our Secret Santa gifts last night because I participate in their Secret Santa. I usually do. I have for years. Back when I worked there, of course, I'd participated, and then the first year they had it when I wasn't there, I got a bit grumpy and sad because I was missing out. And then now I just participate every year, and it's fun. It's good fun. So I wrapped the presents last night, and hubby took them this morning to put them in the box in the common room. So he gets there first typically, so he can has an opportunity to do it without anybody seeing him place them, which is fun. So tomorrow I get to go there and hang out and choose a present and hope it's not stolen and hope it's something I can use, because many years I get something that I'm not actually like fond of at all. But you know, that's part of the fun really, isn't it? And it depends where in the process of things your name is called, because it's done via kind of like a digital chocolate wheel, a little spinny thing that they do round, and it stops on somebody and they take their turn, and then that person drops off the chocolate wheel. So it's done on a screen. It's really fun. And then there's always a video of little snippets from around the office and that during the year, so you get to see people doing weird things, and it's all put to music, and it's so hilarious. And I completely missed last year's one. I did not get to see it at all, which made me sad as well, because it's always just so funny. What do I want to put on there? What does it say? Christmas, and I'm not sure what that word is. Maybe it's Latin, a couple of Latin words, so don't understand, so that's fine. I think one of these words, I'm just going to cut this section out because it's starting to get difficult to handle because I've cut into it here and there. So we'll just cut this section apart. Oops. Just rescue the card from the floor. Let's go 'Tis the Season. Right, quite low is where I want it, because there's a word I want to cover over on the music. Not a bad word or anything, it's just doesn't scream happy and Christmas at me. So it probably won't scream happy and Christmas for other people. So I'm going to put this over top, and therefore it will not be an issue. Get rid of my... Oops, don't get rid of the word. That's not a scrap. Oh, that's a piece of ephemera, but I want to get rid of the little trimmings of my desk because they annoy me. Here we go. Simple. Cute. I'm thinking, do I want to put a tab on it? Have I got room for a tab? Does it need a tab even? So we've got writing space on the envelope here. Got writing space on the journal card. No, I don't think it needs a tab, and I don't think we have room for one. And writing space here. Okay, that's that done. Here we have little triple flip out with writing space on the back of all of those, so nothing else needed there. And we're at the center of the signature. Making progress. I'm still wondering about whether I want to put anything on that, but I don't have anything there. I have got something in that pocket and something in that pocket, so that's the other half of the envelope. Writing space, little writing spaces inside the envelope. That's something I did on Patreon. And then we've got writing paper inside that. So that's all good. Got this little over the page journaling, double journaling card. I've just got a paper clipped on there. Right, so this one, we have writing space inside this pocket, but we need something in this pocket and something in this pocket. And we're out of time. So we've got a couple of minutes, so we'll look at what else I've got to do. So I've got to do this page. I've got to do our candy cane tuck, so I need to pop something in there. Maybe one of these tags might go in there. Oh, this one's pretty. So maybe I'll tuck that in there so I can remember to do that. This one's done now, although I did want to add something else in behind, didn't I? The other option is I can actually put some more glue in to tighten up the belly band. So I need to fix that one up. So I'm just going to pop it up the top so it's like a bookmark. Then this is another envelope here, which I need to put something in. Might put some coffee dyed paper in there maybe, but I won't be doing it on camera. And then I need to, well, I don't need to, but I want to put something in the front and back pockets. So it's almost there. Then I need to do the closure and do something with the strings in the center of the signature. It's almost done. That's so cool. I may be able to get it out before Christmas. We'll see. We shall see. So thank you so much for joining me to continue work on this beautiful Nostalgic Noel journal. I'm just picking off some glue strings. That's what I was doing then. I hope you enjoyed having a peek and just having a really relaxed craft along with me. Have a great day, my friends, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.